you so very much, everybody. My name is Victor Lamai. And it was Peter that told me about this parenting conference today. And I think it is a very important issue, especially for us Africans here in Ireland. Parenting on its own is a very difficult job all over the world. It cuts across all races. I may not be very familiar with the depth that has gone in Manchester and all that gang activity, but I believe that most importantly, we as parents must show love to our children. Love is the key. Communication. Make sure you always know what your child is doing. How can my child be in Tala and I don't know that he went to Tala? You must be the friend of your child. Devote time to see his growth, his progress. He will appreciate that. He will know that you care for him and he will reciprocate. It is not, I don't think it's valid to say that because you're single or because of that or because we're Africans, that's what that's. A child is like a sponge. It takes everything you throw at it. Even a dog that is not human knows its environment, can decipher the feelings of the people around her or him. I'm talking about a human being. Even your thoughts that you don't even pronounce, your child reads them. He or she might be intimidated not to confront you. Get involved in their work. Some of you might not do mathematics and all of that. It doesn't matter. What was your homework today on this? Have you done it? What was the teacher's math? If he knows that you are following his progress, he will try as much as possible. And tie those tasks to certain rewards. Like Chief said, whatever our children turn out to be, it's our fault. Because they came to this world innocent, nothing, they don't know nothing. It's what they see us do, what we tell them to do, how we manage their lives, that they do. It is not any different from Irish children who throw eggs at my car and all of that. And, every society must try to gather its own. But realize too that its children are in a very strange land where the discrimination, although subtle, but very, very evident. My daughter was one of the first black girl that went to St. Canice's in Finglas. I had to withdraw her from that school and put her in another Catholic school because I couldn't cope with the experiences she was having. I made sure that I was a friend to the principal of the school, know what was going on, go through. So if you're involved to that extent to your children's education and welfare, there's a little window for them to escape your scrutiny. Yeah. And that is where the problem really lies. When you let that window open into a wide gulf, it becomes so difficult to manage. It has metamorphosized into a size that's unmanageable. So we have to start dealing with the children from that age that they can hear and listen. Because these children, whether you like it or not, they have challenges, technology. The world is not the way it used to be. Information is at the fingertip. Anything they don't know, they Google it. You'll be very surprised that your child knows more about all the acts of whatever more than you do because they have all the time to Google it. They hide the phones under their bed. I tell them, 10 o'clock, bring your phone. You say fight every night. You must be strong to go through that. It's a fact. And a lot of us have bias remorse. They think that having children was a novelty. It was just going to be, it validates you as a woman. By the end of the day, when the challenges come, they're not problems. You start to run. And most of the time too, because of the economic situation, we find ourselves neglecting the children. And because no matter how much money you make, you can eventually send that child to the best Switzerland finishing school. It's already a finished product because you can't make those changes anymore. So you cannot contract your responsibility to the school, to the church, or to the community. And a whole lot of us too are very sensitive about issues like she was raising, getting to the Gadi and getting to some people who have the professionalism to help, or because they don't want a mark on their children. But these are our assets. This is all we are struggling for, to create a generation that is going to subsist us. Because if that generation is gone, all our efforts is to the wind. All those efforts you made, you paid a lot of money to come here, it comes to naught. And a lot of us think that going to parties and spending the money we don't have to buy ashwebi and go all over the place is a good example for a child. It is not. Never. So we must start, like Michael Jackson said, we must look in the mirror and see who we really are. Every society has thieves. So it is not the thieves that should be the role models. When our children go up, they don't see no accountants, they don't see people, the professionals are not involved in community activities where the children can emulate and see. It's a whole lot of, sometimes it's a very sad story because we are after survival. After you survive and your child survives and that is going to inherit you, what have you left behind? Nothing. Like I said, my friend here lives in Manchester and he has a lot more to say as to probably...
Thank you very much.